Hello, it's Volley here with another video. Just bringing out a video on the different defensive types, defensive layers you can have in Path of Exile, like evasion, armor, energy shield, and resistances, and a little bit about the different damage types, and what you're looking for as a beginner player in the way of weapons and upgrading gems, etc. So there's three main defensive layers in Path of Exile. You can have evasion, you can have armor, and you can have energy shield. And there's also resistances. Evasion is a percentage chance not to be hit. So I've got about around 70% evasion here. So I'm only going to be hit 3 out of 10 times. And 7 out of 10 times, 70%, I'm not going to get hit by hits. So evasion doesn't count like big boss slams and certain things. And the second one is armor. Armor is physical damage reduction. Physical damage is mostly getting hit by, punched by mobs, like in close combat, and some ranged attacks are physical. So this is also a percentage chance. So if you have 50% armor, if you have 50% armor, you're taking 50% less physical damage. So if you get hit for 100 damage, you'll only be taking 50 damage. Same with resistances. Resistances are, if I have 75 fire resistance and I take 100 fire damage from a hit, I'm only taking 25 damage. And that's the same for cold and lightning and chaos. We've also got block, which is a percentage chance to block. And energy shield, it's just extra blue life. So if your life's reduced, so if you take 100 damage, you losing 100 life. But you lose energy shield before you lose life. So it's just extra life. And energy shield recharges very quickly, as you can see. I've got 229 recharge energy shield per second. I've got 27 life regeneration per second. And energy shield only recharges every 4 seconds without taking damage. So if you don't take damage from 4 seconds, your energy shield starts to recharge. And you can get more energy shield recharge delay you can reduce it to like 3 seconds or something on the passive tree with certain nodes or more. The 5 main damage types are physical damage, cold damage, fire damage, lightning damage, and chaos damage. Chaos damage does a little bit of damage over time, and fire damage can ignite, dealing damage over time. Damage over time is just say over 5 seconds you take 100 damage, so you're taking 20 damage per second for 5 seconds. Cold damage can freeze, so if you're frozen you cannot act or attack. Lightning damage can shock, which increases damage taken by like a certain amount. I think it's 50% or something extra damage taken if you're shocked. So lightning damage can shock, fire damage can ignite, and cold damage can freeze. Any damage from a hit can build up stun. Only hit damage, so chaos damage over time and fire damage ignite doesn't contribute to stun. And if you're stunned, if you take a certain amount of stun damage, you cannot move or act or attack or anything. You've got a stun threshold as well. So you can build up your stun threshold so that you're less likely to be stunned. I was also going to go over what you're looking for early game. Is a weapon like this one. You want, say if you're using a bow, you want percentage increased physical damage, or like the any extra adds extra damage stats like cold, fire, or lightning. Those are the two best ones. Attack speed's good. Plus to level of skills is really good, especially early on. So as you can see, this bow here does 10 to 20 damage. A bow without the extra physical damage and physical to attacks does half as much damage, does 6 to 9 damage. So you're really looking for the physical damage and damage stats on it to boost it up. So that's 10 to 20. This bow's not as good, it's like 6 to 9 damage. This one does twice as much damage, so you're looking for a bow like this. The same stats are true for quarterstaffs. You're looking for percentage physical damage and damage stats. Attack speed and projectile skills are really good as well. For your wand's mostly for spells, and bows and quarterstaffs are for attack skills. So as you can see, I'm using lightning spear. It says attack up in the top left there. If you're using spells, you want to be using a wand or a staff. On wands and staffs, you're looking for percentage increased spell damage, percentage increased damage to whatever damage type you're using. This has percentage increased chaos damage. Plus skills is really good. And gain percentage damage as extra damage. So those are the main stats you're looking for. Crit bonus is nice, but it's not very good early. Crit bonus only gets good once you stack a lot of crit bonus and crit chance. Level requirements I'll talk about for a little bit. This one doesn't have a level requirement. This one requires level 80 and 78 int. This one doesn't require any attributes because it's a level 1 item, from 1 to like, and as levels get better, they can have better stats on them. So say a level 78 bow can get like 160% increased physical damage, and like 40 to 60 adds physical damage, and more adds cold, fire, lightning damage. So the higher the level, the higher the things can roll. So you're looking to upgrade your weapon with a higher level weapon as often as you can early on. I'll talk about the uncut skill gems. I'll talk about what you want to socket into your bows. You want to quality your bows, you want to quality your weapons, because that gives extra physical damage. As you can see, this one does 10 to 20 damage. I put 20 quality on it, it's now doing 12 to 24 damage. Quality, this one, it goes from 6 to 9 to 7 to 11. So you always want a quality. These blacksmith whetstones can be quite rare early on, so you want to use them on the right weapon. You don't want to waste them all. You want to socket your weapons. You can salvage socketed items to collect artificer's shards, and they become artificer's orbs. 10 of those, so you want to salvage all your socketed items early on. And as you can see, you got 3 basic rune types: a lesser, which doesn't require any level; a normal one, just an iron rune, which requires level 15; and a greater iron rune, which requires level 30. The best sockets to put in weapons is probably iron runes, or you can put the desert rune for fire damage, glacial rune for cold damage, or storm rune for lightning damage. As I say, lightning damage shocks, increasing damage taken. Cold damage has a chance to freeze, and fire damage does a little bit of damage over time. So it really depends which of those three you want to do. And what you've got on your passive tree, you might have extra fire damage on your passive tree, so you want to put a fire one in there. So I've put greater iron runes in this. It goes from 12 to 24 to 16 to 32, so that's quite good. With this one, it does 7 to 11 damage. If I put a greater iron rune in there, goes up to, now got 13 to 16 fire damage. I put a cold one in there. Now it does 10 to 19 cold damage, so that's like a 30 damage to 40 damage bow now. This one's 16 to 32. I'll quickly talk about the uncut skill gems. You want to upgrade your gem you're using as often as possible. So I'll just make a spark gem real quick, level 9. So this is the gem. On PC you just press G and socket it into here. Deals 3 to 51 lightning damage. So if I upgrade that to level 10, it now deals 3 to 59, so it gained about 10 maximum lightning damage, which is quite nice. You want to upgrade your gems that you're using all the time. Don't want to forget, because that gives you a lot of damage, the plus level. If you can, you want to quality your gem with a gem cutter's prism. When you quality the gems, it gives them stats. Like on my cast on critical, it reserves 100 spirit, but the additional effect from quality is 10% reduced reservation, so it would only be 90% reduced spirit. Quality is quite good on a lot of gems. It's good on all your gems once you get to end game. So yeah, that was my video on defensive layers, damage types, what weapons you're looking for early, and skill gems. And I recommend getting a loot filter when you can, because that tells you good items on the ground, they'll highlight. So divine orbs will highlight red so you don't miss them. If you don't have a loot filter, they won't be red, they'll just be normal colour, so you might miss them. Okay, thank you for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.